I am Dr. Gala, and this is the Doctor of Transformation Showcase series. If you haven't yet, please hit the subscribe button and activate the bell so you don't miss new topics, and there will be plenty of them in the coming days. Remember, we're not just about how to solve a problem or make your life better. It is also all about becoming more successful in every area of our lives. Today's topic is thoughts or emotions. Are they different? Because many of us have trouble identifying the difference between the two, I thought it will be an important topic to bring about to these sessions. So here it is. And before this conversation is just to become aware of their difference and how each one influences and shapes our lives. So let's explore the thesaurus. It is the first place where you usually look for definitions, right? According to the dictionary, thoughts is the product of mental activity. It's a single act or a product of thinking. Is an idea or a notion. Actually, thought can be considered the act of thinking. A mental activity, the capacity or faculty of thinking, reasoning, imagining. Thought is a consideration or reflection. It can be a meditation, contemplation, or recollection. It can involve intention, design, or purpose, especially a half-formed or imperfect intention, anticipation or expectation, consideration, care, or regard. Thought is the judgment, an opinion, or a belief. Lastly, thoughts can be regarded as the intellectual activity of the ideas, as opinions, etc. On the other hand, an emotion, according to the dictionary, it involves an affective state of consciousness in which joy, sorrow, fear, hate, or the like is experienced, distinguished from cognitive and volitional, which is individual will, right? States of consciousness. Any of the feelings of joy, sorrow, fear, hate, love, any strong agitation of the feelings actuated by experiencing love, hate, fear, and usually characterized by certain physiological changes, such as increased heartbeat or respiration, and often overt manifestation as crying or shaking. Emotion is something that causes such a reaction. How can you tell something is a thought, emotion, or sensation? First of all, it is important to realize that most thoughts and feelings are fused in nature. Many psychologists share the view that thoughts are an inherent part of an emotional experience. In most cases, it is very difficult, I would say almost impossible, to identify whether a thought precedes an emotion or vice versa. In general, studies show evidence for both directions because there can be very little time between a thought and the feeling resulting from that thought. It can be challenging, almost impossible again, to disentangle the two. Which one came first? You might hear someone say things like, I feel unappreciated, or maybe I feel fat, I feel like a failure, I feel he doesn't like me. These expressions are often found in people who get depressed and tend to confuse thoughts and feelings. This is another area where meditation can be very helpful. I teach my clients that emotions are represented at multiple levels, both in our body, for example, when we have tension, and mind, fearful thoughts. I feel unappreciated is a thought, not an emotion. Emotions are things like happy, sad, anxious, upset, content, angry, overjoyed, loving, lonely. When someone is feeling unappreciated, they usually mean something like I'm feeling or I'm experiencing sadness or I'm feeling angry. Those emotions are associated with thoughts that interpret the events in our lives. So we interpret someone's action to mean that they don't appreciate us. The point of mindful awareness of emotion is not to understand the complex nature of emotions, but to notice when emotions take over. It's easy to get lost in a technicity or in rational debate about whether our current state involves an emotion, a thought, a feeling, a mood, and then you get just confused. As soon as you start approaching your current state from a rational point of view, you just get lost again in thinking. You have to be very careful to prevent this actually from happening, because thinking is a well-known fuel for emotions. We all know how certain thoughts can trigger and enhance an emotional experience. And a powerful way to reduce the intensity of negative emotions is to stop feeding them with thoughts. As soon as you notice that emotion is becoming stronger, maybe even taking over your thinking and influencing your actions, the only thing you have to do is so simple. Just create a pause. Remember? Stop. Focus on your breath and get in observer mode where you witness the emotion, not being identified with it. But this definitely is a topic for another session. So I'll see you next time.